Chat. Hold on, guys. I gotta fix the chat real quick. Where are we at? Where's the chat? Let's do this. All right, the chat. Make sure everything's good. All right, so the chat should be working for you guys now. Let's see. Let me just move a couple things around here. We get started. We'll wait a couple minutes. Wait a couple minutes for people to come in. Yo, what's up? What's going on? What's up? I know it might be late for some of you guys. Miss your webinars. Appreciate it, man. I'm trying to, I was trying to like make up for the YouTube videos, but I've been slacking on the YouTube videos lately. What's up? What time is it over there for everybody? To find the man master himself. Appreciate it, man. Let's see. 9:30, 7:30, 2:30 a.m. Sheesh. Hope you don't work in the morning. 5:34, damn. 4:30 a.m. Sheesh. Up early. Ain't Lucia in there. 2:30, 4:30. Shit. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, I know it's a little late. I wanted to do it earlier, but couldn't really do it. So but we'll rock out and we'll get right. All right, let's see. So far, you guys can see my screen, right? Let me just no, not TripAdvisor. I'm trying to go to Trading View here. Okay, cool. 8:30 Jersey. You're not too far away from me. I'm in Connecticut. I am about an hour and some change away from you. Hour and a half, something like that. Depending on what part of Jersey you live at, because if you live at the end of Jersey, then you're 3 hours away, type thing, 2.5 hours away. Bronx, okay, you right next door. Then Bronx is right there. Bronx is the 40-minute ride. Okay, cool. All right, let's see. One of these days, whenever I get a chance, whenever I feel, sign up, we could do like a meetup if you guys are anybody that live on like the Northeast, East Coast, New York, Connecticut, Jersey, and all that stuff. That'll be dope. All right, let's get to it. Yeah, so let's get to it here. I want to share with you guys just a little something I'll be doing in the trading lab. I started doing workshops and stuff like that. You guys will see. For some of you guys, I think some of you guys are in here are in the lab, and some of you guys aren't. But I'm pretty active in there. Just so you guys can kind of get a sneak peek real quick. You can pretty much see, hella webinars. I'm on probably 2-3 times a week, and then I just started doing a teaching workshop with supply and demand. So pretty much, we're all pretty active in there. But I want to show you guys a little something because you guys been around for a while, and I could give you guys something to take home with and study and all this extra stuff. So let's remove let's remove all this stuff here. Remove all this. All right. Down for money, not a problem. Down south for money, not a problem. Yeah, down south. Yeah, we can take the trip up. You know, if we could set something up in ahead of time. You know what I mean? Springfield, Mass. So you're not that far either. Springfield, Mass, right there. All right. So what I want to show you guys today is how many of you guys here trade supply and demand or trade something different? Learning and can't see anything. Are you sure? Because I think everybody else is seeing it right now. Order blocks, supply and demand, supply and demand. Okay. Oh, so a lot of you guys do trade it. All right, cool. I'm gonna show you just like how I implement it, but we're using multiple time frame structure because that's the thing that most people struggle with is multiple time frame structure. So I'm kind of gonna go over you. So I'm gonna show you guys something that I like to do. So it's actually I gotta go to I gotta take a screenshot of something real quick. Practice. Here, it's this video. Sorry guys, let me just fast forward here. Where is wait, is it this video? Sorry guys, I gotta find this real quick because this is part of what I'm trying to show you guys. You gotta be shitting me. Where is it? All right, my bad. Because this screenshot is something you guys can take with you. I just gotta find it, which is in one of these videos. Not this one either. Nope. Come on. Oh, I'm stupid. I got more videos of here. That's what it is. Here, there you go. Here is what I need. Right here. All right, so I don't even need a screenshot. I'll just keep it right here. All right. Yeah, it was the first one. I didn't click the arrow to the left. I forgot. I didn't really show me all the videos here. All right, so here's what I want to show you guys. And a lot of people overlook this. I've shown this before. I've shown this on my YouTube channel, and a lot of people have overlooked this completely. And I'm going to show you guys how I like to implement it. All right. So as you can see right here, like I have, right here you can see monthly, weekly, and daily time frame. Right. Monthly, you can see, one candle. Inside the monthly candle, there's 4 weekly candles, and then inside the monthly candle, there's 30 daily candles. Right. So when you take a look, the monthly candle, if you skip the weekly, if the monthly candle is in confluence with the daily candle, all right. So this this plays a part on candlestick patterns, and pretty much you can take this same thing and just shift it over. So let's say this first one here is a weekly, it's a weekly candle. Let's say this is weekly, daily, 4-hour, right? That would mean that the 4-hour candle, the weekly candle aligns with 4-hour structure. Now, let's say this one candle here is the daily. This will be daily, 4-hour, 1-hour, meaning daily candles align with 1-hour structure. All right. So the reason why, and then you keep going further down, right? Let's say this is a 4-hour candle, 4-hour, 1-hour, M15. 4-hour candle aligns with, for the most part, M15. What's it called? M15 structure, right? And the same thing here. If this was a 1-hour candle, 1-hour, M15, M5. So 1-hour candles would align with M5. Reason why I'm saying that is because when you're looking at candlestick patterns and all of that, these align with structure. So let me show you just some examples. I'll show you a couple of examples, some old examples that I've shown before, and some new examples I've shown, right? So pretty much what I like to do is pretty simple. I pretty much like to trade off of daily 4-hour and 1-hour zones. So in this case scenario, so if I'm trading off of a daily, daily zone, let's say for example, price is at a daily supply area right in here, right? Let me just go in here, daily supply. All right. Okay. What I'm going to look for inside of this daily supply is a daily candlestick pattern. So one thing I do is whatever zone I'm trading off of, I need a candlestick pattern on that time frame. Okay. So what I would like to do is if I'm at a daily zone, I'm waiting for some type of candlestick pattern, pin bar, engulfing, what else? Evening star, shooting star, any of those patterns that form. If you jump inside, if you highlight that pattern, inside of that pattern, you will, since the daily, like that picture we've seen, right? Let's say this is the daily candle. If the daily gives me a candlestick pattern, that means that it's going to show me some type of reversal pattern on the 1 hour, right? So daily, 4-hour, 1 hour. So daily is going to line up with 1 hour, right? So if I get a, let's say I get a, shooting star or whatever, right? Inside of here, I'm probably either going to get this, right? Some type of reversal pattern, could be a double top, right? Or it could be a head and shoulders, right? So in this case scenario, I have, when I'm trading off the higher time, when I turn off a zone, is I got my candles, I got my zone, I got my candlestick pattern confirmation, and then I got my entry pattern on the lower time frame, on the 1 hour time frame. Same scenario with anything else, right? If this is a 4-hour, H4 supply, H4 supply, same scenario, right? If I'm trading off of H4, I need an H4 candlestick pattern. H4, right? This is the H4, H4, H1, M15 structure. So H4 candlesticks will align with M15 structure. So if I get a, let's say, shooting star again, it's going to give me one of those patterns, right? Break a structure, double top, right? Double top, ugly double top here, head and shoulders, or any other break a structure pattern, right? So you got, head and shoulders, or you got all those other break a structure patterns, which are, the flip, right? Where you get the little, internal structure within this, or you get the break and a follow through, and you get your 0.1 and 0.2, and you got the confirmation for the third touch, right? If you guys seen the course, I pretty much went over just this here. And then of course you got your normal double tops and, head and shoulders pattern, stuff like that. But those, when I wait for the candlestick pattern, it aligns with, I know exactly what time frame I need to jump into, right? I don't need a guess, right? So same thing with the 1 hour. If this is a 1 hour supply, right? 1 hour supply aligns with 5-minute structure. So, 1 hour candlestick pattern at a 1 hour zone, reversal pattern on M15. All right. So that's pretty much what I do. So the reason why I don't need a breakdown weekly and monthly structure and all this extra stuff is because I'm already following, my higher time frame is the daily, right? If the daily breaks structure, what do you think is going to happen? Daily, the monthly candle is going to do what? Probably be some type of monthly candlestick pattern. So I don't even need to see none of that, right? 4 hour. 4 hour gives me a reversal pattern. Weekly candle, 4 hour structure. So I'm already on the 4 hours, so I don't even need to pay attention. Like whenever I get a reversal pattern on the time frames because mind you, I don't trade off of, I don't enter on the daily and 4 hour and 1 hour. I enter on those, time frames that are in confluence with those time with the candlesticks. So I don't really need to watch, the candlesticks on, I don't need to focus on structure on monthly and weekly because I'm already paying attention to the internal structure, which is the daily 4 hour and the 1 hour. So pretty much what I like to do is when I'm trading, I don't mark any zones that are not continuation zones, right? So for example, if we get something like this, right? This is a continuation zone, meaning if price is trying to pull back and continue to downtrend here, right? Now, I'm not going to mark nothing like this. Let's say price comes here, does this. I'm not going to mark nothing like this. The reason why is because this is not a continuation zone. This is a counter zone, right? But I can still, like, if you just draw the continuation zone, these continuation zones can help catch you pullbacks also. So for example, there's scenarios where price won't hit the supply, right? And do this. How many times have you guys seen that? Where price just misses the supply and then continues the bearish direction. So this is still a valid point. This is still a valid structure point here, supply zone. So when we come back eventually, right? When we come back eventually to it, let's say price comes here and starts doing this. This could be the start of the pullback. So that's why this is, even though it's a counter zone now because we switched direction, it was still at one point in time a continuation zone. If that makes sense. Happened today on M15 GU London session. Yeah, it happens on pretty much any time frame. If you're the M15, any time frame. So what I do is I'm a swing trader, right? So I'm only going to trade off of daily 4 hour, 1 hour, like nothing else. But you don't have to do that. You can take the same. If anybody's seen, I don't know if the video for the 3 time frame rule is still up, but the 3 time frame rule is all you need, really, and that's all I'm doing with each zone. So, for example, I'm trading off a daily zone. My 3 time frame rule is daily, 4 hour, M15. If this is a H4 zone, this will be H4, H1, and hold on, my bad. So it's daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, right? If this is a H4 structure here, it'll be 4 hour, 1 hour, M15. If this is H1 structure, it's 1 hour, M15, M5. So I'm just pretty much taking the same 3 time frame rule, depending on what zone I'm at, and I'm just shifting it, right? Because on the video, I only talked about I want to say 4 hour, 1 hour, M15, but this rule applies to whatever zone you're sitting at. So whatever price is nearest to, I'll take that. I'll start. That zone that I'm on is my first time frame of the 3 time frame rule. So that way you don't have to be sitting around just watching 4 hour, 1 hour, M15 the whole time, right? Because if you just do that, you're going to be sitting on your hands for a long time. So that's why I just shifted. I could keep shifting it even more. So I went down to 1 hour, M15, M5, right? I could do the same thing and do M15, M5, M1, right? If you guys are scalpers or intraday traders, you can focus on that M15 as your main zone. M15 candlestick pattern will most likely align with M1 reversal pattern. Does that make sense? Do you mind typing your Instagram or YouTube in the chat? Here, I'll put it here. Instagram's at the top. Well, Instagram and YouTube is the same thing. YouTube just doesn't have the underscore, so YouTube is here. So IG's here at the top, and YouTube's at the bottom. If price makes lower low without touching supply, do you abandon it? No, because it's still an open level. Understand that you could still trade open levels, right? If price is trending bearish like this, and you have an open level of supply right here, and price decides to do this, this zone is still valid. It's still an open level. So if it's an open level, I can still trade it, right? Even though it might not be a, let's say price comes here, does this, and then starts breaking structure and doing this, I can still trade this. And this could just be what? Now we're creating, we broke structure, made a higher low, higher high, higher low. This level is still open, right? And this could cause the pullback. So now I could take a sell here and then enter the buy here and continue this bullish move to the upside. So pretty much what I like to do is the way I go about it is I trade off a daily 4 hour and 1 hour, right? You can add M15 in there if you want to, if you want to be an intraday trader, which is fine. What I like to do is this. Here is the 3 questions I ask myself every time I'm breaking down the chart. All right. And I'll show you how simple this is. Number 1, it's what's my bias? What's my direction, right? Or just number 1, direction. Okay. What's my direction? Bullish, bearish, whatever, right? Second question I ask myself is, where's my zone, right? Where is my zone, right? If I'm on a downtrend, I'm only drawing supply. If I'm on an uptrend, I'm only drawing demand, okay? So that's the third question. That's the second question. The third question is, what phase of structure am I in, right? Meaning, what phase of structure am I in? Am I on the pullback part of the structure, or I am on the impulse part of the structure? The reason why I asked that is because it shows me where the momentum is going, right? Where we're trying to go to. So when I jump down to the lower time frame, my structure on the lower time frames will probably align with whatever phase that structure is in. Okay, so that first time frame, right? So you got the 3 time frame rule. You got higher time frame. Shoot, my bad. Higher time frame, middle time frame, and lower time frame. Let's do this. Okay, so pretty much, I ask the same question for each one, right? So I know, because at the end of the day, what happens though, I have this saying. I don't know if you guys heard it before, you probably did from the old webinars if you guys watched it, but I have this saying where the only thing that can threaten the trend that I'm following is a higher time frame zone. Okay, so if, for example, I'm following H1 structure, the only thing that can threaten this H1 uptrend is a higher time frame zone, right? So if, let's say, for example, this is daily, this is 4 hour, this is 1 hour. Let's say I'm following 1 hour structure. The only thing that can threaten it is this zone or this zone. If these zones aren't near each other, I could continue following this trend. Same thing, vice versa with anything else, right? Whatever zone you're following, the only thing that could threaten is a higher time frame zone. So, for example, let's say daily's like this, right? So daily's here like this. First things first is, what's my direction, right? Bearish, right? You're creating a lower high, lower low. Second question is, where's my zone? Let's say we got a supply zone right here, right? Now, what phase of structure am I in? I'm bearish. What phase of structure am I in? I'm on a pullback phase. You can see we're starting the pullback phase, right? Then on what's it called? On H1 or the middle time frame, you're probably going to start seeing this. Let's say, for example, we're here like this. On H1 time frame, you're probably going to be seeing this, right? Let's say we get that, right? So you got daily. Okay, cool. Look, so now the same question, the same three questions I asked for the higher time for the daily time frame, I'm gonna ask for the middle time frame. So same question again, what structure am I in? I'm bullish, right? What direction I'm bullish here? Where's my zone? Let's say we have a H4 demand right here. Or sorry, yeah, so daily H4, and I'm gonna do H1, okay? Or matter of fact, let's do it like this. Do H4, H1, and then we'll do N15. So the same question I asked myself again. Look, the direction, bullish. What zone am I in? Well, sorry, where's my zone? Right here, right? This is my demand zone. What phase of structure am I in? I'm gonna impulse phase to the upside, okay? Now, since I'm on an impulse phase to the upside, what do you think M15 is doing? This. Okay. Make this like red or something. Right? So what happens? Now, remember something, right? Remember the saying, what can threaten the zone that I'm following? A higher time frame zone. So you see this uptrend right here, right? What can threaten this uptrend? A higher time frame zone, right? H4. What can threaten this uptrend? Shit. A higher time frame zone, right? So we're at an area where prices has a high chance of changing the direction of these uptrends, right? So these are pretty much, everybody, I show this because everybody technically is a reversal trader. Everyone. It's like even if it doesn't, it just matter. It just, everybody's a reversal pattern trader. It's just they don't know that depending on what time frame they're looking at. So for example, now since I know this H4, what's it called? This H4, zone can threaten my uptrends. Now what happens? H4 gives me candlestick pattern, right? Let's say we get a bearish, shoot, let me make this a little darker. Say we get a little bearish shooting star or whatever, right? Okay, bearish shooting star. What happens? Let's say we get this pattern here, okay? Let's say we get a break of structure, chalk, change of character, reversal pattern. Okay, now what happens? H4 is at it. We're at a H4 zone. H4 is showing rejection here, and it changed direction on an M15, right? So now same question applies again. Remember the same three questions I asked myself? I asked myself here, asked myself here, and I asked myself here now. What direction am I in? Bearish. Where's my zone? M15. Let's go here. M15. Okay. What phase of structure am I in? We're on an impulse phase right now, and we're waiting for the pullback. Now you can decide to do what? Enter here already, right? Or you can take the same process that I did with the 3 time frame rule and do it all over again, starting on the M15, right? Because mind you, I did the 3 time frame rule starting on a 4 hour because we're at a 4 hour zone. So when I do the 3 time frame rule is wherever zone I'm trying to trade off of. So here, this is the 4 hour, 1 hour M15, 4 hour, 1 hour M15. Now I'm trying to take an entry on the M15 zone. So I could either decide to place the entry here. If you don't like the risk and you want to try to get more of a sniper entry, you could take the same 3 time frame rule again and ask the same exact questions. But now you start, instead of starting on the H4, you start on the M15 because you're at an M15 zone. So now you go from M15, M5 is the middle time frame, M1 is your entry time frame. So what do you think happened here, right? Same thing here where you have the pin bar pattern. Let's say you got a pin bar pattern on M15 now. M1 is probably going to show you this. So you could keep shifting your question depending on what you can use the 3 time frame rule depending on, and shift the question to whatever time frame depending on which zone you're sitting at the moment. Does that make sense? I don't want to confuse people too much. Okay. Yeah, so you can take the, it all depends on what zone you're at, right? So if you're at a daily zone, your 3 time frame rule is daily, 4 hour, 1 hour. If you're closer to a 4 hour zone and you're trying to trade off a 4 hour, your 3 time frame rule is 4 hour, 1 hour, and 15. And then so on. You could take it all the way down to M15, and M15 will be M15, M5, M1, right? So that's how you pretty much can, do that. So let's say, for example, now, the reason why I do that is the 3 time frame rules, because we're always looking to enter for the most part on the lower time frame, right here. So let's say we do take this entry on M15 here like this. Okay, take the entry on M15. Cool, right? Now everybody's going to ask me like, oh, where should I target, right? The same question pops up in my head, right? Is where's my threat, right? So my threat, so the trend that I'm following right now, where I just entered on, is M15. So what can threaten M15? A zone higher than M15. Where's my zone higher than M15? Right here, the H1 middle time frame that we drew, right? Now, that would be target 1. Now, what zone can threaten? And then after that, what happens? Price breaks structure on H1. Now, guess what? You're following H1, right? Everything is aligning together. So now when price breaks H1, now H1 is going to give its own pullback. Then H1 gives its own pullback. Let me change this here. H1 gives its own pullback. You have your supply zone or whatever you enter off of, right? Now you can take the entry off H1. And now what can threaten this H1 trend? H4, right? So you will ride this out to wherever, or H4, anything above the H1. So H4 daily or whatever the case may be. So let's say, for example, remove this. Let's say, for example, daily was like this. Okay, and you got daily demand sitting right here. Okay, so price broke structure on the H1. H4 is bearish, everything. The next zone after we broke structure on H1 is all the way to the daily. So that could be your second target. So you see what I'm saying? My every time I take an entry, I need to know where the threats are. The threats are pretty much. So it's always based off of those, using the 3 time frame rule to enter. And those by asking those 3 questions that you're doing, you're gonna know, it's gonna plot you all the zones that you need to be aware of, right? And where price is trying to go to next, right? Because if you didn't ask these questions, you was just here, you wouldn't know where to go to next. But since you was asking these questions all the way from the daily, you know that price already broke price already 4 hour bearish on a 4 hour, price already bearish on a 1 hour and everything else. So the only thing left to go to is here. So by asking those questions, it's literally you're not gonna notice it. Well, I'm telling it to you now, but by doing that and breaking down the time frames like that, you're pretty much, drawing zones ahead of time. So then when you do catch an entry, wherever zone you're entering off of, you already know where the next zone is because you already drew it. You get what I'm saying? It can get confusing. It could throw you off, but try to follow these 3 questions. These 3 questions simplifies everything for me. And you can, you know what I mean? And it all depends on where you want to enter, right? Some people are okay with entering on H4. Some people are okay with entering on, H1 or whatever the case may be. But what you do is whatever time frame you're comfortable with entering on, right? Let's say you don't like to enter nothing higher than, let's say, the 1 hour, right? So you will keep doing the 3 time frame rule until you get to, your entry time frame. Your entry time frame, you don't have to keep doing it no more. You got all your confirmations, and that's pretty much it. So the way to simplify is pretty much like, so let's take this to the chart real quick and just do this, right? Oh, I removed the candles, my bad. Here, we'll go current price right now, okay? We'll go current price right now and see what the hell's going on. So let's just do this. Daily, okay, we'll go current price right now. I'll show you exactly what I mean. All right, so we have daily, you got daily structure high, right? But daily high, daily lower low, we make a pullback, okay? Pretty simple. Now price came, so 3 questions. Let me write this back again so you guys can see. Where is the thingy? Just so you guys can see, right? Well, every time I switch, I'll just say it. So first question is, what's my direction? What's my structure doing? What's my direction on the daily time frame? I'm bearish, right? Cool, right? Second question is, where is my zone? Where's my supply zone? Right here. So we got daily supply. So let's just mark daily, right? No, let's move this over here to the right. Okay. So I got my zone, I got my direction. Now, what phase of structure am I in on the daily time frame? I'm on a pullback. Okay. So that means that inside of this pullback, I should see, lower time frames aligning with this bullish pullback flow, right? Okay, cool. You got daily pullback. If I go down to H4, do this. H4, got high, higher high. Right, so pretty much price is flowing bullish here. I'm going to show you before. Look, let me just do this real quick. Look, okay, H4 is bullish. Okay, so H4 is bullish. So what's the question? Matter of fact, let me bring this back just a little bit more. Okay, so same question asked again. What's it called? What's my direction? I'm bullish, right? So where's my zone? Most likely going to be right here. Let me just draw this out, and I'll modify it a little bit lower. I'm just trying to get to the, okay. Let me make sure that it's within discount. And barely, but it is. All right. So H4. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to take it a little bit lower just because. I'll take this last candle here. I'll just take the start. I'll just take the starting point. All right. So H4, okay. Now, what phase of structure am I in? I'm going to impulse face it upside. Okay. Take a look. H1 came here. Oh shit. Let me change the color here. Came here, here, did that. Little complex movements, little liquidity grab, shoots up, right? So you can see right now that what? H1 is bullish. So we made a high, H1 high, H1 high, H1 higher low, got H1 demand, which is going to be the one that I had before. Okay. All right, cool. So in this case scenario, we're already at a daily supply, right? So I'm expecting 4 hour. So we're like this right now. Oh shit, why the fuck did I put that? My bad, guys. Clicked the wrong thing here. So same scenario we got daily like this at a supply. We have H4 like this, we have H1 like this, right? So I'm expecting the 4 hour uptrend and a 1 hour uptrend to break structure because we're already at a daily zone, right? Daily is a threat to 4 hour, 1 hour. So what happens? So I need to see what's going to happen here. So daily does what? Engulfing pattern. What do you think that engulfing pattern did on the 1 hour? It just broke structure. You see that? Just broke structure. Now, ideally, would I like to see this, a pullback and do that? Yes, but that's not the case. Price had more momentum and also broke 4 hour. If you play this out now, just kind of go to where price is currently at. Price also took out 4 hour. So right now, go here. Price took, let me just label this 1 hour. Price took out 4 hour. Price took out 1 hour. Mean 4 hours, sorry, right here, right? You go to 4 hour, this is the 4 hour low. What do you think the weekly candle did? The weekly candle, I don't think it closed yet. It hasn't closed yet because we're still within the week, but most likely what? It's a candlestick pattern on the weekly. Well, actually it did, look. You got a shooting star with a little, extra, like it's gonna be a bearish candle, whatever. So you can see this candlestick pattern here that just happened also broke the 4 hour. So now, since we already broke the 4 hour, what's gonna happen now? Price is gonna have to what? Pull back on a 4 hour, right? So we're here like this. So we did this, we did exactly this on a 4 hour, okay? Now, what's happening right now? 4 hour, 1 hour is like this. 1 hour broke structure. Let me just draw this out correctly. 1 hour right here, came back, hit a higher high, double top, came down, did this, did that, right here. Okay. So inside this 4 hour reversal, inside of this 4 hour, right? 1 hour looks like this, broke structure. Now what happened? We just broke back structure to the upside. So what do you think might happen here? Right? We're trying to come back up to hold on, let me just do this real quick. We're trying to come back up to pull back into here. Like that, right? To the H4, pullback, which is going to be H4 supply, which is like around here somewhere, right? Inside of this pullback that the 4 hours trying to start, reverse structure on H1. So what do you think is going to happen here? We're probably going to come down in here, do something like this, and push up into what? Where's the H1 threat? The H4 supply. You see it? Now, for price to continue this H4 continuation to the downside, what are you going to get? H4 candlestick pattern, inside that H4 candlestick pattern, and inside this impulse of the H1, it's going to be M15, and you get a reversal pattern, and then you enter. Does that make sense? So I could keep asking this question. Like, let me go back and ask the question, just so you guys can see like what I'm talking about here. So look, and that's the reason why I look at the middle time frame and I don't just skip it, because the middle time frame, like price can come into a daily zone, and instead of I could see 4 hour break of structure within 1 hour altogether. So I'm not just going to skip down to 1 hour, all right? Because the people that just go from can you do it? Yes, but it's going to throw you off a little bit more, because if you just skip from daily to 1 hour, you're gonna see this. You're gonna see this, 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 that, and then you're gonna think you're bullish here, but and then you're gonna try to swing this up to the upside when there's a 4 hour sitting here, but you skip the middle time frame, so you're not gonna see that. So now, pretty much, so right here, right? So we have 4 hour. What direction am I in? I'm bearish, right? Where's my zone? Right here, H4. Okay. Now, what phase of structure am I in? Trying to create a pullback. Yeah. Now you got H1, right? Same question again. You got to break a structure. So we got to what phase? What structure? What direction am I in? I'm bullish. Okay. Well, where's my zone? Let's place a zone. Let's see where the zone's at. There's a lot of ugly ass. I gotta find one. This one is actually pretty bad. Drag this over to the right. Okay, where's my zone? Here. Now, what phase of structure am I in? I was in a pullback phase, but I'm trying to create an impulse now. So inside of here, you just keep going again, going and going and going. Inside of here, you're going to see a trend, and you're going to see a reversal pattern, and you try to enter. Or if you are okay with entering based off of what's it called, the H1, if you like the risk reward, let's say price just kind of hit right here, and let's say you like this risk reward, right? Because you know that you can follow this H1 uptrend to where's the nearest threat, the 4 hour zone, which is up here, right? Let's just put it at the beginning here. So if you like this risk reward, you like a 25 pip stop loss and almost a 7 hour trade, then you can stop asking that question of the 3 time frames and place the entry on, that last, entry time frame that you use the 3 time frame rules on, and that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much what I do is I keep going, until I go to a time frame I'm okay with entering on. So for me personally, I can enter anywhere from a 1 hour time frame all the way down to a 5 minute. And you could do this with any time frame, and you just got to understand what zone you're sitting at. Like if you look at, I want to say, was it GU? I called the signal on GU, and it was based off the 1 minute. I'll show you exactly. Oh, what the hell just happened? My bad, guys. My screen just went out. GBP USD. Okay. All right. If I can still find this. Okay. I want to say it was right here. I got the trade. Yeah. Right here. Okay. So this one's a little harder to do, but you'll see. It was price came into this zone here, right? I'm on a 1 hour. Price came into this zone. 1 hour zone, 1 hour here. Like, so you can see you got the 1 hour. Actually, it was M5. Was it an M5? I think it was an M5 entry, I believe. Where is it? No, that's not the spot. Shit, my bad. I gotta find it. Matter of fact, let me see here on my phone. Let me check. So I can show you exactly where it's at. So I don't forget. All right. Where is it? No, that was AU. AU. Trade a lot of AU this month. Okay, I think I got it here. Come on, come on, come on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? All right, guys, I'm over here trying to find it. It was 1.17800. 1.17800. Let me just do this. 1.17800. 0.17800. All right, where is that at? Let's go find it. Oh, down here. I was way off. I was way off. That was a whole nother setup. But let's go like 250. 300. Oh. Is it here? Okay. All right. So check this out. Let me do exactly what I had on the chart here. So we had H1 high, H1 high, boom. No, that's M1, my bad. H1 high. Come on, bro. All right. So we had H1 high, and I pretty much did this. You got H1 demand. You see that right there, right? H1 demand. So since I'm at an H1 demand, my 3 time frame rule is going to start off on a 1 hour. So 1 hour, M15, and 5, right? So if we take a look, let me just skip down to M5 already. What do we have? Low, lower high, lower low, got a little internal structure, price goes up, comes back down to what? M5 demand. And that was my entry. And I think I caught a 1 to 9 on this or something like that. It was like a 1 to 9, 1 to 9.5. And it was like all the way up here somewhere. 1 to 9.5, which was like somewhere around here. So you can see just based on that's pretty much what I do. That's just so I just want to show you a 1 hour example. But that's all it is. It's taking the 3 time frame rules and doing that pretty much. So that's a 1 hour example, but you can do that, with daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, and all that stuff. So, that's pretty much what I like to do is pretty much I either trade off of daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, because I'm okay with entering off the 1 hour, right? Because remember, daily aligns with 1 hour structure. So I'm in that 1 hour structure is the highest time frame I go to for entry. So I look at daily, 4 hour, 1 hour to trade off of as far as zones. I don't look at weekly because I'm not going to, weekly aligns with 4 hour structure. I'm not going to take a 4 hour entry, right? So that's why I don't pay attention to the weekly zone like that. I can look at it, but I won't be able to do that. I'll have to do this. This is a weekly zone and we get a 4 hour reversal pattern. I'm not going to enter off this 4 hour reversal pattern like that. I'm not just going to go, got a H4 reversal pattern, enter here, go. You got to have to wait for another reversal pattern again, because mind you, I'm at a 4 hour zone now. So I have to wait for M15 and then take the entry. So to be honest, I don't really need to look at the weekly zone because I'll know once the 4 hour break structure, and I'll just trade off of the 4 hour zone. But you can still draw the weekly zone if you want to and break it down from the weekly. Is really up to you. If you're comfortable with it, you can definitely do that also. Let me look here. My bad. I've been rambling for a little while. Let me see. My bad, I missed out on a bunch of shit here. Answer that. Let me see. What would you use the middle time frame for? Refining zones? Yes, you can refine zones on the middle time frame, and you can also manage trades on the middle time frame. And middle time frames can also be the second entry, the scale-in entry. It's just the lowest time frame is your earliest entry. The second middle time frame is, you'll catch the scale-in. Where can I find a 3 time frame rule? I don't know if it's still on there. Let me know if it is or not. I can either make another one or I might have it on my computer still. But let me know. It should be in the gold VIP section. Which is your favorite pair to trade? AU is my favorite. AU is like, even though AU hasn't been good to me this month, AU is always my favorite. Even though it's like a lot of people don't like AU because it's slower, but it's so clean. AU is always clean. Where can I find it? Where can I get the recording? This recording, I think it should be. I think they got a section for it, right? But it is recorded, so I'll make sure to upload it. I'm having trouble on writing trading plan, or better yet, overthinking on writing one. Any advice would you give me? Just so like what I do is I have a, you need an entry plan, and then you just need a direction plan. That's pretty much it. Like, don't try to complicate it. Don't complicate. You see how my trading plan is, I asked myself 3 questions, and that's pretty much it. Like, trading plan, you can't overthink it. Like, keep it as simple as possible for you to understand. Like, my trading plan is literally 3 questions, maybe one more, just for a little extra confluence. But other than that, it's mainly those 3 questions that I ask myself. And I just take those questions and ask that same question until I get to the time frame when I enter on. But don't you look for entry on M15 time frame? I could enter anywhere between H1 and lower. If it's at an H4 zone, I'm most likely to enter on M15. If it's at an H1 zone, I'm most likely to enter on M5. If it's at a daily zone, I'm most likely to enter on H1. That's pretty much what it is. So you're swing trading, yes. So if the trend, hold on. So if it's the trend opposite of your bias, you waiting for a transition on a lower time frame. So understand this, like, yeah, because look, if the daily is on a downtrend and H4 is on an uptrend, like this, I know that this is where I know, like, this is where I usually trade pullbacks. I don't really trade pull, because mind you, we're at a daily zone like this, right? I know that this daily zone is a threat to the 4-hour. So I know that most likely this 4-hour pullback will most likely be what? A reversal pattern, right? So that's why I asked that question of where's my threat, is because everybody asks, oh, how do you know when it's going to be a pullback and when it's going to be a reversal? Because it's at a higher time frame zone, right? So if I'm following a 4-hour uptrend and we're at a daily supply, I know there's a high chance that this 4-hour pullback will turn into a reversal. So how do you trade 4-hour pullbacks, right? Inside of this 4-hour pullback, there's a trend. So you wait for that trend to reverse, you enter, you ride this down, you ride this pullback, and now you know that this pullback has a higher chance of being a reversal pattern, and it breaks through, and now you're swinging down. And that's why I asked myself the question, the three time frame rules, the question, because it tells me already, oh, I'm at a higher time frame zone, right? And we're at an uptrend, we're at an impulse phase here. So what I got to try to do is catch this pullback into the reversal, right? Instead of me waiting, sitting. If I just wait for this to break, it's going to take forever. right? You got to wait for the break, then you got to wait for the pullback, then you catch the entry, and that's going to take forever. So what I do is, since I know I'm at a higher time frame zone, I'm going to trade the pullback because this pullback has a higher chance of being a reversal. Take that, and I'm already in one trade, and then in another trade after that. If once you get comfortable, you could take a trade here, price break structure. You could take another trade here and take this pullback to the upside while holding this sell. And then you close out here and take another sell and you ride this down. Now, instead of you waiting for a break of structure and only catching one trade here, you already got one trade. That's going to be a major swing, a short-term buy, and then another added sell to the long-term swing to the downside. So you just caught 3 trades, 3 setups here. So, once you cut that, and that's why asking those questions helps me. Like, it lets me know exactly what I need to see, where I'm going, and all that. Just those 3 questions. Yeah, it's going to be recorded, so I'll upload it. I'm in there as we speak, and earlier, but the market closed. Yeah, it's going to be slow this week. You know what I mean? Like the month of December is a little tough for the trade, but it's still, you could still analyze the market correctly. Market's not going to move too crazy if you understand how to break it down. Let me see. Can you please do workshop entry? The workshop on entries will be in the lab. So like, you'll see work. So in the lab, I think the next workshop I'm doing is how to draw supply and demand. But like I have a bunch of different ways you can do that. You can draw supply and demand, but supply and demand has to do a lot with imbalances. So you'll see in the workshop in the trading lab, you'll see supply and demand, how to modify, how to pinpoint all those areas, and how to draw everything, and then we'll get to entry and all that stuff. So little by little, I will be adding workshops in the lab and kind of going through everything that I pretty much use and how I go about it pretty much. Daily 1 hour M15. You can, but I'm understanding you're skipping a 4 hour and stuff like that, so you're gonna miss out on some detail, and things can get a little messy when you're skipping timeframes. In which skipping timeframes, there's another rule of doing skipping timeframes, because I did go over skipping timeframes of with the first workshop I did. The first workshop I did, instead of me doing daily 4 hour, 1 hour, I talked about how to use daily 1 hour M5. So you skip 4 hour and you skip M15. So another way you could do it is 4 hour, skip 1 hour. So it would be analyze 4 hour M15 M1, or you could do weekly 4 hour M15. So I showed that in the first workshop, and I'm kind of I'm little by little I'm giving more workshops. I just don't want to overload with a bunch of workshops, because I don't want to overload the information. I want people to take in the information, apply it for a couple of weeks, or give some time to apply it and back test it and use it before I go in and start throwing in more information and adding more information to everything else. Because I could just load up a bunch of information on you guys, but you know what I mean? Like, that's not going to help, because at the end of the day, most people are not going to pay attention through, or they're just going to skim through stuff. Like, I want people to actually apply it and use it and back test it before we move on to something else. I wasn't here from the beginning of the meeting. Is this style more for swing traders or day traders? You can use this style for anything. The 3 time frame rule applies for anything. So if you're more of a scalper, you're going to be trading more off of the M15 zone. So M15 is going to be your higher time frame. You'll be using M15, M5, M1, right? So you're most likely going to be entering off M1, off of M1 pattern on M15 zone. And what's it called? and then you play around with the M5 in between that. I have to log in and log back in. Let me see. Did you already explain the way you implement the lower time frame structure when you analyze the higher time frame candles? Yeah, well, that's what I was just talking about now, the M15, M5, M1, and stuff like that. And I just showed an example of the H1, M15, M5 entry that I caught on GU, which was and that's the thing, like the lower you go on those time frames, you know, your risk reward becomes a lot bigger, which is cool and all. When does it reopen? You talking about the lab? Shoot, I don't even know. I want to say maybe sometime mid-January or February. I'm not completely sure. I'm not completely sure. Let's see. But yeah, like that's where I'll be doing all the workshops and all that stuff. But I'm little by little adding new videos and all that, which over time is gonna, because like we did have videos in the lab before, but we moved everything, and I'm putting everything in fresh. I'm going over the stuff that I talk about in the course, but more of how you can play around with it and change things up a little bit. So I'm kind of trying to give like the same. It's still supply and demand. It's still all the same rules. It's just I'm trying to give everyone different little things that you can implement that maybe could help them a little bit better, or give them a better understanding on how to use these rules. I use 8-hour H4 2 hours. Is that okay? I do look at the H1 too. It's all right. I just feel like when those time frames are very close to each other, like 8-hour, 4-hour, 2-hour, like 4-hour and 2-hour isn't gonna make a difference. You get what I'm saying? Maybe the 8-hour, 4-hour might give you a little tweak of a difference, but that's the thing where even sometimes 4-hour and 1-hour, sometimes 4-hour and 1-hour are the same exact structure high and same exact structure low. So when you start, you're tightening up your time frame so much that it's not going to show that much of a difference. The candlestick patterns always give you one of the 3 entry patterns you like to enter off of. Just a breaker structure. Yeah, I like the breaker structure, but sometimes I have to enter off of a double top or double bottom and stuff like that, or head and shoulders. But if you understand structure, there's structure within everything, right? If you're trading a double top, let's say we get a reversal pattern, a higher time frame, and you're trading, and price create gives you this, right? How do you trade a double top? Most people just tell you, oh, wait for price to come here, right? And then sell. What you can do is take the same approach again, right? So what happened here? Let's say for example, you have a daily supply, right? My bad. So you got a daily supply and price is looking to sell off. Daily gives you a candlestick pattern. H1 gives you a double top, right? And let's say H1 is like this. H1 is like this, right? Okay, you know that there's a chance that this double top could play out, right? Because understand candlestick patterns only happen when it's coming off a higher time frame zone, right? The candlestick, not the candlestick pattern, sorry. The reversal patterns that work, head and shoulders, double tops, breaker structure, chalks, those only work when they're at a higher time frame zone. If they're in no man's land, they're most likely not going to work out, right? It got to be bouncing off something higher. Something needs to be pushing that. So this double top, how do you trade it? Same thing, right? So you have daily candlestick pattern, H1 reversal, H1 double top. Price comes into this H1 high, H1 candlestick pattern. What do you think is inside of here? M5 trend to the upside. If you get another candlestick pattern H1, M5 reversal, take this down. Now you could target H1. You could target this low, or you could target the H1 demand that's probably sitting under. and you could, wait to see if that's going to break structure. If it does, great. And now you caught an early entry at the double top, and then you catch another entry at the supply, and then continue. So you can trade the same thing with head and shoulders is the same thing, right? Head and shoulders. Let's say you get a daily candlestick pattern. H1 is doing this, right? You got head and shoulders, right? What do you think is inside of this pullback? Uptrend, right? So you got an H1 candlestick pattern, M5 reversal, right? Entry, breaks, and now you got the break of the neckline, and now you could take a second entry, and now you continue. So you can trade double tops, double bottoms also. It's as long as you understand that there's structure within structure. And if you understand, you just got to put those candlesticks, if price is doing double top on the 1 hour, you wait for 1 hour candlestick pattern at the right side, the right shoulder, and you scale down to M5, or you do the same thing again, right? If H1 zone, H1 candlestick pattern, you go, and in that 3 time frame was H1, M5, H1, M15, M5. Most likely is going to be an M5 entry. So, Can you show us an example of your trading, like a PDF? I don't have a PDF. I can make one. I could definitely make one, but I don't have a PDF. Like literally, my trading plan is those 3 questions. Like literally those 3 questions. That's literally what I do. Those 3 questions is pretty much everything, and then and then you could add maybe a candlestick pattern question, and that's it. That's literally my question. That's literally what I asked. Like 3, maybe a 4th question. That's it. Anybody on here use AU? Yeah, AU could go up to the H4 supply and then push down, but it's Friday. It's about to be Friday tomorrow. Things are going to be slow, but it is what it is. You called it a double top, head and shoulders, but what was the third? A change of character, chalk. It's like a change of character is pretty much a break of structure. Yeah, that's somebody said it. Yeah, the third one was a boss, chalk. Yeah, there it is. How do you go about your swing trading? You just trade off of higher time frame zones. That's it. That's the only difference. If you want to intraday trade, if you want to intraday and scalp, you're mostly trading off of 1 hour zones in M15 zones. And if you want to swing trade, if you want to kind of like do an intra-week swing trade, you're most likely focusing on 4 hour, and then more of a longer term traditional swing is going to be the daily zones. So what I do is I trade off of daily, 4 hour, and 1 hour. So daily's my swing trades. H4 is my intra-week swing trades, and my H1 zones entries are my intraday trades. So I do a little bit of both. I do a little bit of both. I'll do swing trading, and I'll do a little bit of intraday trading. So I could even scalp if I want to enter off M15 zones, and I can even scalp. So I can do a little bit of everything. Yeah. So like I said, can you write down 3 questions? Yeah, I'll write down we're pretty much been out here for a little while. Call it a night. We're already getting a little late, but I'll write down the 3 questions here. Well, hold on. For the people that was asking for the YouTube, it's shit. Okay, so my Instagram is the top. My Instagram is the top with the underscore. YouTube is the bottom with no underscore. The 3 questions is this one: direction. 2, identify zone. Mind you, just continuation zones, right? Let me just label that continuation zone. Okay, meaning if I say my direction is bearish, I'm only going to draw my supply zone on that time frame. I'm not gonna look for demands on that time frame. Only supplies. Vice versa. If that time frame I'm looking at direction is bullish, and my second question is, look, where's my continuation zone? I'm only looking for the demand on that time frame, nothing else. All right. And then third question is, what's the phase? What phase of structure? Okay, and that's it. That's literally the three questions I ask myself, until I get to the time frame 9 times. And then the only thing I ask myself as far as TPs is, where is my threat zone? Meaning, whatever trend that I enter, whatever time frame I enter on, for instance on M15, my next threat is the 1 hour zone, or 4 hour daily. You know what I'm saying? If I enter on H1, my H1 threat is the 4 hour zone, daily zone. If I enter on M5, my threat is M15, H1, H4, daily zones. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it. This is how I know where price I could TP at, potential TPs, and this is how I break down the chart, and this is how I enter. That's pretty much it. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much what I have. I hope this pretty much clears up some stuff. Definitely go back and check out the course for the ones that do have it. Go over, the main three things are, multiple time frame structure, the premium versus discount stuff, and then the reversal patterns for entry, and how to draw supply and demand and stuff like that. But I don't use too much stuff, right? I try to keep it as very simple as possible, so I know exactly what I'm looking for, so I'm not over here trying to search and look for something that's not there. You know what I mean? But that's pretty much it, guys. Hope this helps. I will, I don't know when I'm gonna do another one, but I am gonna plan on doing another one and getting on here for you guys. But if you guys want to see me consistently, like on a weekly basis, I'm in the lab, right? You guys, I know you guys seen KJ and Mercy and stuff like that. Call signals, all this stuff. But my goal at the end of the day, even in the lab, is for me, the lab, the signals are a bonus, right? What I'm trying to do is teach you how to fish. You know what I mean? So I'm there answering questions, breaking down charts, sending out chart examples, sending out signals, why I enter the signals. If you want to see all that stuff, that's what's in there, and you'll see that every week. But hopefully, some of you, I know some of you guys that are watching this already in there, but we'll probably see some new people in there. But that's it, guys. That's pretty much what I have. Follow the YouTube. Make sure you follow the YouTube. I'll be putting up some stuff on there. Follow the IG. You'll see me post some stories and breakdowns and all that good stuff. And that's pretty much it. But I will see you guys later, and I will upload this video once it's done processing. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks, bro. What's your IG? The IG's up there at @LouForReal_, YouTube @LouForReal, no underscore. And that's it, guys. Yeah. So I will see you guys in the next one, and enjoy your holidays, Christmas, all that good stuff. And I will see you whenever I see y'all. All right. All right. Peace out.